Welcome back to Project 613. Today we have two mitzvot. Number one, we finish the topic of forbidden relationships, and then we move right on into the topic of forbidden foods. Interestingly, Maimonides includes both of these mitzvot under one banner. In Maimonides' Mishneh Torah, which we are following the sequence of mitzvot as presented there, he includes both the laws of forbidden relationships as well as the laws of forbidden foods under the general banner of Kedusha, which means holiness. This is because both of these mitzvot share a common denominator in that they are not rational mitzvot. We do not necessarily understand the reasons for these mitzvot. Rather, we fulfill them to demonstrate the unique Kedusha, the unique holiness of the Jewish people. And by keeping and fulfilling these mitzvot, we attain a certain heightened level of spirituality and holiness. So the first mitzvah that we have today is the Torah's prohibition, where it says, Lo tikravu legalot erva, which means do not even come close or make any contact that could lead us to the forbidden sexual relationships. This means that not only is the actual sexual relations forbidden, as we learned previously, but any sort of closeness that could lead us to violating those relationships forbidden by us in the Torah is also forbidden, and that includes hugging or kissing or showing any other sign of affectionate physical contact with those who the Torah forbids us from marrying would be forbidden. Why? Because this behavior could ultimately lead us to actualizing that sort of relationship. You may have heard of the concept of Shomer Negia, not even touching someone from the opposite gender who we are not in a relationship with, and this is a derivative of this mitzvah as a safeguard to not violating this mitzvah. In the times of King David, there was an unfortunate story where a young Jewish girl was violated and raped. And at that time, the sages decreed and extended this prohibition. They said that not only is it forbidden to touch someone from the opposite gender, but even to be in seclusion with someone from the opposite gender who we are not in a relationship with would also be forbidden as a safeguard and really to protect vulnerable young women. We then move on to the next mitzvah, which is the first mitzvah in the subject of forbidden foods. The Torah tells us, Zot hachaya asher tochlu. It is a mitzvah for us to be able to determine the signs of a kosher animal, that among mammals we are allowed to eat only those animals which chew their cud and have split hooves. This is not specifically the mitzvah to eat kosher food. We will have a separate mitzvah, prohibition that tells us it's forbidden for us to eat not kosher food. Here, the mitzvah is specifically to determine and to know the signs of which animal would be considered kosher and which animal would not be considered kosher. This itself is considered a mitzvah. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.